Hi y'all, with Valentine's Day coming up, I wanted to give you some fresh, trending date ideas that are not dinner and a movie. Hi, I'm Robin. Thanks for stopping by. Here we go. We're just going to dive right in. Oh, the last one is the trifecta of dates. It's romantic, it's free, and you can get a keepsake for her or him that you can have to remember the date by. Great story when you have grandkids. Okay, number one is art class. Painting, pottery, you get to connect while you're creating something, and you'll have a keepsake to take home. First dates especially, I mean, it's really cool to have something that you get to take home, something to remember the date by. You know, if it works out and y'all end up soulmates together forever, it'll be something that you'll remember and you can tell your family and all your friends about the story about your first date. If it's a Valentine's date and something special, same thing. You'll have something to remember it by. All right, number two, botanical gardens. A tour of botanical gardens is very peaceful, right? And very, very romantic. It's great for deep conversations to get into because it's so peaceful and quiet. So botanical gardens would be something really cool. Please like this video if you'd like to see more videos like this. And, just let me know that I should keep doing these. If you don't like them, I won't bother. Okay, so the third one is a garden workshop. Listen, just about every woman likes to garden. Or, I mean, maybe if they live in a high-rise apartment, they can't garden, and a garden workshop would be lovely. You might get a little dirty, not in the way you guys are thinking, but you can work together as a team kind of concept, right? You're laughing and joking and, kind of seeing what kind of chemistry you have. You're also planting flowers, which is very romantic. The whole garden workshop idea is very romantic, and you kind of get to see what they're made of. You can kind of see, are they kind of someone who does things halfway, like just throw the dirt in, or are they someone who's very meticulous and kind of a perfectionist? Will that drive you nuts kind of thing? It'll give you a little bit of insight to the personality of the person that you're with. So garden workshops is a really cool idea. Number four is a museum tour. The seniors, you can get free admission days. Just call them up. Museum tours are really awesome because they kind of engage you in conversations, about art or science or history, depending on what museum you go to, of course. So it gives you a lot of insight, if they're a creative person, if they really care at all, if it's something that you guys can connect on. I mean, shoot, you can even connect on making fun of whatever you're looking at. If you're in an art museum, maybe you both hate it and you can just go to each piece and make fun of it. I've bonded with people over that. So don't count out museum tours, okay? All right. Number five, this one I really like because it's so different, right? It's so different. Boat or ferry rides. And all of these, of course, it depends on the weather where you're at. It depends on what's available where you're at. I'm in Indiana, and today it is minus 11 degrees wind chill. Yeah, it's the middle of January. Even minus 11 degree wind chill is unusual for us. So nobody's going to want to go out to do anything today. But here's what. You could share this video with the person you're going on a date on and say, hey, why don't you choose? I bet they'd love that. If it's a Valentine's date, have your wife watch the video and tell her to pick. I mean, how easy can that be, right? Okay, so anyway, boat or ferry ride. It's simple yet romantic. How romantic? A boat, Titanic. Come on, guys. It's very simple. You don't have to do anything. You just sit back and chat, right? Very scenic. You can chat a lot, or you can just, watch the gorgeous waves, right? The gorgeous scenery. So that's number 5. So we've got art class, botanical gardens, garden workshop, museum tour, and a boat or ferry ride. And number 6 is a wine tour. Of course, there again, you might want to check and see if it's a first date, if they drink. And honestly, if they don't drink, I've been on some very romantic, beautiful dates where we did a wine tour, and I don't drink, but it was just like the most romantic date I've ever had. Except for, here's a good one for you too. It's free if you play an instrument or you sing. The most romantic date I ever had, and I'm 63 years old, was when a man sat down and in a restaurant. It was so romantic. I'll never forget it. This was 20-some years ago. He sat down he brought in his guitar from the kitchen. He took his guitar in the kitchen ahead of time before we got there, and he brought his guitar out from the kitchen, and he sang me the song. I even remember the song, Every Thorn Has Its Rose. Brett Michaels, I think. How romantic is that? The setting, he thought ahead of time, which is key. It's key to a great date, is that you think ahead of time, kind of a little surprise. So, he thought about the date ahead of time. He sang the song, again, the song was called Every Thorn Has Its Rose. And he literally started off by saying, I'm the thorn in this song, and you're the rose. And then he sang the song to me one-on-one while the whole restaurant was watching. And then he, I cried thinking about it. Then he gave me a single red rose. Come on. That would be a great romantic Valentine's Day, right? Okay. So 6 is the wine tour. 7 is a cooking class. I've never done this. I can't cook. I'd really love to do it. So here's what. You get to have fun and laugh and see what they're made of. Again, see if they're a perfectionist. See if, they really don't care. They're just in the moment and having fun. Or, if they have to measure out every single little grain of salt, And then here's what. You get to eat the delicious food you cooked. And hey, if y'all end up being a long-term relationship, y'all have your special dish. Come on. Okay, so number 8 is take a walk through an historic district, right? This one's kind of neat. You can kind of just walk through and look at the architecture, the buildings, an old neighborhood kind of thing. Maybe a downtown. There's probably stories you could each tell each other if you're older and you've lived there your whole lives. So yeah, it's just fascinating, and it's free, right? You get a little exercise, you can chat a little bit. You don't have to talk a lot because, you're walking and you're looking at the architecture. So if you're not a talker, maybe that's for you, a historic district walk. Okay, the last one here, this is my favorite. Please subscribe. Please subscribe because this channel is all about dating. And so if you'd like to get more dating tips or fresh ideas for dates, my dating app shenanigans that happen every week, I post updates on the YouTube channel. So please subscribe if you're looking for all that kind of stuff. Okay, the last one, the best one, it's free, it's romantic, and you can get a keepsake. It's a farmer's market stroll. Don't cut me off yet. Listen, you can buy her flowers, just one flower. Or if you really want to be romantic and tell her, hey, I think we're going to last as a couple, so I want to buy you a plant, right? A little house plant. And I mean, how romantic is that? Come on. And it's free. Get a little exercise walking around. And probably if you're in a small town like where I live in, or it's a farmer's market that you've been to before, you're going to know a lot of people. And so as a couple, it's kind of neat when you're on a date and the person you're with is approachable and he has friends that come up and, say, hey, how are you? And, so they're a good person, right? If they have friends, and you can kind of see how they interact with other people. That's another good thing about the farmer's market is that, usually you're interacting with the vendors, or like I said, other friends will come up to both of you and say hello, and you can see that other person, how they interact with folks who come up to talk to them, people they know. And you can also see how they interact with strangers, how kind they are, or, it's just a really good way to see what their personality is like. Okay, so, I hope you have luck and love on your dating journey. Like I said, please subscribe to kind of go with me on my dating journey. So, happy hunting. Happy Valentine's Day or anniversary or whatever you're using this date for. Have fun. Love y'all.